Oh, there you go.
Let's do it.
See, when we see the intro screen, we see the transition, we know this game is for real, and we're gonna go yet again.
The crow wouldn't lie, man. The crow wouldn't. Arta wouldn't lie to you.
Ah, he never lies. He tells the truth. He knows what to say, and we are gonna say that we're in the game. Ah, I'm just ecstatic that it only took a single try this time.
Yeah, one and done. That's exactly how we like it here. Oh boy! All right, it's been a big day, but we've still got 2 games to go before we can see if anyone can dislodge Buriram from their very lofty spot on the top of our leaderboard here in our second series for today. You know, they didn't play on day 1. Had the first series today. That was just a warm-up, I suppose. Yeah. And now that they've sort of gotten those nerves out of the way, they are looking pretty damn good. Dewa, I stand by what I said last game. You know, I called them out. It was a very rough push. Let's see if they can play a bit more sensibly this game. You know, look, I mean, it's Apac South though, and let's be honest. If there's one thing some of these teams are known for, it's definitely not playing sensibly.
I mean, that's what the region's known about. Besides, of course, the amazing accomplishments from the last time around. It's just go gung ho, just go for it, and maybe I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they wanted to get a piece of the action. Maybe they thought they could actually get away with it. But you said it yourself. It was just such a one-way thing, and well, it happens in favor of Buriram in the end. So we'll see. We'll get even more of that aggression as we are rounding down the rounds here. Second to the last map. We still need someone to try and dislodge our top team if they can get that big game. But beyond that, I think it's time to talk about this ring. Besides,
okay. Well, look if I'm looking at this one, Dax. Okay, I'm keeping my eye on 2 things. Yeah. One of them is where is RTL, and one of them is where's Moist, right? Because I feel like if you're looking at Moist, that's kind of like where you expect the ring to go. Where you know, common like best practice would be about reading that ring. You know, you cannot downplay MT's ability in that sense. But then there's just RTL just hitting the spots today, and you know, I wouldn't have predicted it, but damn if they don't know where this ring is shifting in today's game. So, because this one honestly is actually quite a hard one to call. It could go countdown, could go skyhook. There's even a chance it does shift over. And this is why I'm pointing out RTL, because they're currently sitting in their starting spot over in Lava Fissure, and it is possible. It is possible that the ring swings over there, and my lord, if it goes to RTL again, I'm ready to call hacks.
You're ready to... I'm going to call Clairvoyance. I'm going to call that someone here has ESP, has a sixth sight of what it may come, but right now, we got ETH at just a few shots here and there. Yet again, we are towards countdown. Dewa gonna be alongside them, just nearby actually, but At has the chance to set up some fences, take this high ground, and they're gonna have to deal with Dreamfire as well as Buriram United across this POI. Truth Esports also nearby, scouting around as much as possible. There we go with the drone, but for now, just carve a spot rather here in countdown and call it their home. That's really the call with this initial information.
Yeah, there's still plenty of room. Dreamfire, of course, this is where they land, and they usually do like to take that sort of north control room to start off with. The fact that they are now playing Watson, of course, changes that a little bit, just in terms of how well they can hold it, frankly. Maybe not actually that much compared to, you know, if you had Pete on the Caustic like he used to be. That's it. Some teams are struggling to make their way into this circle, and as you can see, Ath are one of those that are sort of fighting for just a little piece of the pie here, and they are currently underneath ADL Wolves.
Yeah, the drop down ADL have shown up. We also see, I believe, Pricey, the rest of this team getting in position. So that's Moist Esports contending against Buriram United across this point of interest. So a little bit interesting that Moist has decided to go for that gamble. In the meantime, though, here we have them. Speaking of, they take basically the same mirrored location that At has right now. Get some cover and call it your home for now.
Yeah, it can be a little bit tough. You know, if you don't have your pylon up, those tunnels can be a bit of a magnet for ordnance. Speaking of which, Looks like August Dreams getting that that thermite primed and ready. And he's actually having a look at, this is SRY that they're going up against here. You can see Yase's gone down. Sway, two out of the 3. Yanlee's the journeyman here is trying to make his way all the way outside and out to the rings. They're probably going to grab 2 of those kills, and I don't think they're going to get the 3rd. And they're not, because Stinky B has used the heartbeat sensor to pull up on Yanlee's, and he's gone.
From bad to worse for SRY, all you gotta say is sorry to them. Stinky B, they're just trying to get a lava siphon and they just get a kill for free. But 2MK, 1 pad. Yet again, it's either they're hot or they're not here, Genome. And in that fight, No Name absolutely hot, eradicating 2 immediately and putting SRY immediately at the edge of their lives.
Yeah, 2 of those kills, of course, going over to this this Horizon player who has just blown our minds with the game they played over at Cascade Falls. They're looking for another 3 kills. They want them on Stinky B. I'm actually not sure if they know Stinky B are there or not. Like, they could infer that information by the fact that the kills would have come through. They would have seen in the kill feed that SRY had gone down. So they could possibly predict that someone was behind them taking those kills. But it doesn't look like... I mean, obviously, they're somewhat focusing on just getting back into the ring. Checking out some other teams now. We've got, well, actually, DNZ, they're all the way into Geyser at the moment. Talking about some of the teams that are outside the ring. And then if we move back up to Skyhook, you can see a couple of teams that have banked on that happening. So there's Hermagerd, the team that starts in Skyhook East. And then you've also got MDY and T4, as we just saw before, popping around with a drone to try and get some info. And the info is going to say, sorry guys, Skyhook is not where the ring is headed.
That's the thing. But the thing, what I noticed a while ago for, oh my god, they tried to move into Countdown, but they were beaten back by Dreamfire. But here we go, Emmanuel decided to go for their own kind of seas. A bit of the termite being thrown on over, and here comes Asia's Alls fighting Rekassan already down by the car. Some stellar shots from Emmanuel. Get aggressive teams that can bear their franks against the opposition, all that potential, and they're looking to just guarantee the kill on 20th guaranteed.
Oh, well, I mean, they beat their prediction by 1 space.
19.
By 1 spot. Yep, they got 19. So that's nice for them. Unfortunately, Emmanuel just too good this time. They will take this position. Did they even get the... They didn't even get the zone info there, sitting on top of the beacon outside the house. You can actually see Ant just pushing up, and Kentung, he keeps popping the heartbeat sensor, trying to work out if they're nearby, if they're coming back for any of this loot, perhaps even the beacon. And, you know, doesn't hear anything, so they will just grab the loot themselves. Moving down towards the south, the countdown, you can see PK. So they're playing in the little cut there behind the southern entrance, and they're going to eventually find some shots onto 2 M&K, 1 pad, who have moved all the way up from Harvester. Stinky B taking their position previously held there. They've got 30 seconds to try and get back into the ring, which they should be able to. They should go through the vault tunnel, and they'll make their way up towards Landslide. Meanwhile, 2 MK, 1 pad, they've got a decision whether they want to try and gatekeep teams like Stinky B or move forward and try and take space away from someone like PK, who are just fortifying their position more and more as every minute goes by.
Yeah, will they go for the siege early? Because you still have to watch out for Stinky B, as you mentioned, coming in from that south side. The inference really, after taking down Yanlee's, that can be some good information. But look at the standoff at Countdown. How many squads, yet again, just waiting for the timer to run on down, for the ring to give that information. Also, while everything was happening between these squads here, Emmanuel and Ant, I believe, did meet each other just a little bit. Ant has disengaged and has gotten closer and closer to Countdown. So some of these squads already tightening up the locale. But still, Moist Esports, same spot, just waiting for more of an opportunity. I think right now we have to look into the RTL crystal ball. Will it actually be around that lava fissure area? How will it go next?
Think so.
Like, no way, right? But still, I still believe.
No, it's pretty solidly on top of Countdown right now. Yeah. So I think with the other mountains in the way, that's extremely unlikely. They haven't actually popped that information yet, though. There's only 6 squads currently in Countdown. Actually, 6 squads currently. 18 squads obviously left in the lobby, so that means there's 12 teams that still need to come a bit closer and find their way. In a couple of minutes' time. DNZ looking to make it a little bit closer. Do they know that Emmanuel's underneath them? They're not going to have much space to play with, though. This Valk ult is at its end. They don't really have the option, so they're immediately on them, popping the Seer ultimates.
Actually catch him in the act, and here we go. And now Emmanuel just absolutely awaiting the push, and this Asia's leading the charge immediately. DNZ though still fighting wingman shots, and it's gonna be a flow down to the ground. They can make to try the trade work, but it's beyond still fighting up top though. That high ground is so effective for M1. Well, quick little drop down, and DNZ is just kicked out of this lobby. What a play from Emmanuel, but look at Ant go still. They want to take advantage of the fact that there was conflict. They have to leave Aflo behind, and for Ant at least, they can keep Emmanuel away from their backs and keep safe for now. But while this all happens, MDY hears all of this too.
This is risky. This is really risky. They went forward with Holiday and Kentung. They actually left Yu behind in the caravan because they were hoping to hold that spot for a little bit longer. But as you said, MDY are coming through the tunnel from Skyhook. They actually stop just a little bit too early. Man, if they had kept going there, they really could have cut Ant apart into 2 separate groups and probably taken that fight quite handily. Unfortunate for them that they didn't push the issue, so Ant will survive and even resupply themselves a bit. But as we look further down, you can see 2 M&K, 1 Pad, who have just pushed down through that vault tunnel where we said Stinky B were probably going to have to make the rotate. Kung Shun is down. They're actually going to try and res him. No, they don't. They don't have the banner. Okay. They're just going to have to make the rotate through staging and eventually try and potentially come up once again to M&K 1 Pad. As we said, once the zone went directly on top of Countdown, it was pretty much going to keep pulling within that location. Seeing as it's going to the north, a team like Dreamfire, who started there, of course, are going to be very happy to see that result. And for the first time, RTL on the outskirts. Okay, ADL Wolves there. Also got a decent spot there in that the smaller control room down towards the southeast. All of these Watsons making these places a good little spot to hold. You will see teams be very careful about doors at the moment.
Yep.
Because obviously if you move a door into a Watson fence, it immediately breaks. So if you're coming in from the outside, you'll often have to call for your teams to open the door out for you, because you can only open the doors outward safely if you want to keep your fences safe on the inside of a room.
Yeah, it's a little brittle that way, but we watch Emmanuel yet again. They have decided to get into the thick of the action. It's so dangerous because you also have 2 MK1 Pad still watching for them. And speaking of, there we go, 2 MK1 Pad looking to go for the execute. Emmanuel just kicked to the curb too. And there's just no way to get out there. There was absolutely honed in and centered by so many of these squads. Everyone who has been waiting on Countdown, watching them, and then you also have 2 MK1 Pad ready to execute from behind.
Yeah, well, they're pushing up, and finally, it feels like this fight with Stinky B, might come to its conclusion, because they're just to their west here. But we've also got about a minute and 20 for a lot of things to happen, because they're going up against PK here, who have held this spot for quite some time. They get the first knock. They get the finish as well. And all of a sudden, PK is gone. Other teams thinking about coming in off the top of this, though. 505 are coming around the back. And there's just gatekeep after gatekeep. If they can push through 505, then they go up against Daewoo. There are just teams that are going to be involved in this, while Stinky B, as a duo, don't really want to take this too hard.
Yeah, 2MK is just an absolute battery ram, and 505, they pop the shield, but they're getting popped by Goo Senpai yet again. There is no stopping 2MK one pad, absolutely on fire. They continue the onslaught, and by this point, how many kills does this squad already have? I think they have 10, with 6 coming from the Seer himself. 2MK one pad, just the overrun again and again. Stinky B solo on the HP. Will they get spotted by Goo Senpai as they are clearing out the fences? They want to keep the southern side to themselves. They want to at least have some space to work with, but come on, 2MK, yet again, they have that kind of game. They're good for it, and this time they spot out the duo watching them.
Oh, this is awesome. It's reminding me of the Wolfpack in their prime, of a Zaratas who can just pull through one team again and again and again. Doesn't matter how many armor swaps they need, they just manage to find a way through the entire lobby should they need. As you said, 10 kills already. They actually opted not to go through the southern entrance and try and deal with Dewa, but they will go towards the eastern entrance where there's already another couple of teams who are worrying about each other, so they may slip in unnoticed here. And this is over towards the this is actually where they're coming in, so they're having to try and deal with these guys at the moment. They've got a couple of fences set up, and enough to stop them. At least they've got one down.
Yeah, no name though. That's gonna be a big hit onto Holiday. The pylon is gonna be set, but Ant Esports yet again trying to survive. RTL though eliminated too, but Ant Esports, can they continue holding here at the same time? Still 2 keyboard, 1 pad. They want to get in as soon as possible. They're trying to force their hand. Goo Senpai is gonna be right in front of everyone by this point as no name gets on the board yet again. But look who's on the opposite end. MDY2 taking the opportunity. There's just no escape whatsoever for Ant here. They're happy to just clean up as soon as possible. And here we have it now. 2MK1 pad. The onslaught still goes on at Esports Club. Gonna get eliminated. The rampage continues again. Next chapter. Now we go for a fellow nation, a fellow Chinese team. 2MK1 pad still wanting to fight this.
I mean, 2 red armors. Are you even surprised? 1600 damage, 1500 damage, 1300 damage. Kill leader with 7 kills. 2 M&K, 1 pad. They're treating this like it's a ranked lobby.
Just rallying with these kills every single time they get one. It's just more and more momentum here for 2MK1 pad. They still need to be careful though, because the Wolves are nearby trying to watch things out. But look at the tracking here from No Name yet again. This just forces, I believe that's going to be to back on away, back to safety to their pylon. There's the drill though to force them back. 2MK1 pad. How many times they just need to keep watching their perspective? It's when they can go for the swoop execute, when they can go for the kill, that's when it gets even more exciting from them.
All right, team op, as we like to call them last week, are just going to start moving through and clearing out some of these Watson fences. They need to do that as this ring closes. They've got 40 seconds. MDY are on the other side of them. It's only a duo, though. They do get the information and ping them with the Seer Tactical there. That's actually going to cause them to pause finally, and they're trying to deal with grenades coming in. There's the riot drills from Maggie constantly pinging them from Ath up above. Or actually, sorry, in yeah, just to the left of them there. We're watching other teams try and get in here as well. Dewa and Moist fighting for ground here as we get towards the center of Countdown. And, ooh, that looks like they've gone down as well. So now down to 9 teams.
And Moist Esports caught out there. In the meantime, Buram United, a single HP onto Jack Cute, gets a PK up. Dewa United, in the meantime, charge rifle connects. And that'll be eliminated too. The Wolves though find through it. Esports absolutely cornered. And it's just easy prey for them. Now they take the barricade for themselves. Now they take the wall. And they're looking to still stay in position. Dreamfire though is still going to be nearby. Unfortunately, their Seer going to get knocked. That's Heck falling to the ground. ADL Wolves, can they keep up the pressure? Can they continue on? Trying to take the high ground here for Jogger. Dreamfire 2 kick out. But here comes the legends themselves. Here comes 2MK1 pad. They're still fighting. They're still going for it. MDY gone as Dewa decides to keep control of the center of Countdown.
ADL are on top of them right now, but they do have the Horizon. Team Op do have that gravity lift available for them to go up and down as they should require. The zone will start closing very soon. That means ADL will lose their high ground, and the Wolves will have to go down. Team Op aren't going to let it happen, though. They're going to go up straight away and try and add to the ridiculous amount of kills that they have so far. This feels a lot like the game on Storm Point. They've got high ground. They're just mowing people down left and right, and now it's only Dewa and T4 that stand in their way of victory.
By this point, they don't need the ring. It seems like they are the ring, and every time you get close to them, you are just getting burned by the greatness of 2MK1 pad. Absolutely on fire. Drop on down yet again. August Stream, though, gonna get dropped for the time being, but 2MK1 pad, it's no name standing tall versus the Red Stab Strafe, though, on the opposite end. Here comes Dewa now, looking to clean on up. They've been waiting at the center. They have been the heart of Countdown, and they will be the champion this time around.
Oh man, Dewa, they finish it off with 11 kills. It's no small feat for them. And, you know, they play the other side of the ring very well. 2MK1 pad finished with 19